Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be building a little cottage on the coast, and I wanted to make this based off of like a Pisces, like the zodiac sign. I know some people consider the zodiac like cheesy and lame. I don't know anything about zodiac signs, so I'm probably way off on this, but I wanted to stick with a kind of theme, and this just came to mind as something that might be like fun and challenging. I really wanted to have this diagonal part in the front. Whenever I use diagonal pieces, they never work properly. Like, as you can see here, the room totally disappeared and I had to redo it to make it work. And I didn't even bother trying to roof it. I just kind of pretended like it wasn't there and just covered it up with a normal roof. But I wanted to have the front door there to add a little bit of dimension to the house instead of the front just being flat. Normally I just use like the darkest roof that I can find, but I wanted to go with something different. So I used a dark blue instead of a black roof, which is what I would normally use. I realize that it doesn't look that different, but to me this is branching out. And I wanted to do something different with the trim as well, so I went with this like seafoam green color, but I do end up changing it back to a white because it didn't make sense with the color scheme of the rest of the house. I did make this quite a small house. It is just a one bedroom, and the bedroom is really tiny. You'd probably just have one sim here. It's not quite a starter home. It is a little bit more expensive than that. I think it ended up being about 35,000 simoleons. I couldn't decide how to do the kitchen area. Originally I wanted to go for like a navy blue color, but I decided to go with this turquoise cabinets instead. I really like how these turned out. This kind of set the tone for the whole house. I wanted to keep this house really bright and colorful and light, and I felt this bright seafoam green color went really well with the ocean-inspired theme of this house, so a lot of the furniture and decor pieces are this bright turquoise color. And of course I wanted to use the new couch from the Paranormal Stuff pack. And the thing that I really like about this pack is all of the colors. Normally I would just end up doing teal and white, and that's it. I don't think I've ever used this llama rug, but I thought that it just matched perfectly with the teal and the yellow in it. So I think it works well in this space. And I did of course use a lot of the Paranormal Stuff pack. Whenever I use a pack, I do end up using a lot of items from that pack, because it's just easy to make things look good together when it's all from the same pack, because that work is already done for you. It was a little bit difficult to furnish this house because sometimes this teal color is listed as blue and sometimes it's listed as green. Like this tile is considered green when most of the stuff this color is considered blue, but that's EA for you. I think it's really easy to build a house that's blue because EA does seem to favor the color blue. There are a lot of items that come in really nice blue shades, and oftentimes multiple blue shades, when a lot of other colors are totally forgotten about, which is really annoying because I don't always want to make a blue house. And this is when I realized I forgot to do any windows, so I add those real quick. I don't know how I forgot. That's usually one of the first things that I do, because the layout of the house changes depending on how the windows look, because I want them to look good from the outside. And I can't believe that I missed putting a curtain on the window properly, but I do come back to that and fix it. I usually do this dark wood for all of my houses, but I decided to go with a white wood instead. I think that this looks a lot better with it. It kept it looking light and bright, and I couldn't decide what desk to go with, but I ended up going with the tiny living desk. And after that I just used a bunch of the tiny living stuff because it has this bright teal and yellow shade, so it matches that couch really well. So I used a lot of items from that pack too. Tiny living and paranormal have two very different styles, but I think that they worked really well together because they both have this very specific teal and yellow color scheme to them, and they are actually the exact same shade. It's very rare for EA to do, especially in two different packs. Nifty Knitting also had a lot of the really bright, vibrant pieces that I was looking for. And normally I think that those items are really ugly and kind of tacky looking, but it worked perfectly with this house because it did have those really bright colors that matched with everything else. And you know what? Now that I think of it, so did Laundry Day. What is with EA and making all of their stuff packs have a teal and yellow color scheme? Because I think literally every stuff pack that I own has that color scheme. I made the bedroom a little bit bigger so that I could fit more stuff in here. The bedroom was the room that I definitely struggled with the most with furnishing. Every other room was pretty easy to do. It didn't take me very long, but the bedroom took me a really long time because I couldn't figure out how to decorate it, like what to put on the walls, what paintings to use, and what dresser to use, because there wasn't a lot of space up here, even when I made it bigger. I honestly think that this is one of my favorite houses that I've ever done. I know it's very basic and small, but I tried to add a lot of clutter pieces because I see people make these like super elaborate, super detailed houses that look really lived in, and I want to try to do more of that. I'm not very good at it, but I'm trying. There still isn't very much to it, like compared to what I've seen other people do, but it takes me so long to build a house. I think this little house literally took me like 2 hours, and there's not even that much to it. Like, it's pretty basic, it's pretty simple. Can't imagine how long it would take to do like a big house, super detailed, like I see other people do. I just don't know if I have that kind of dedication or the creativity, but I think I'm a pretty decent builder for like plain basic houses. If you were thinking this whole time that, wow, this house looks really weird with that big ass foundation, I was planning on making it, still did the entire time. I just never got around to it until the very end. I wanted to add some planter boxes to the front porch, but they're only like black and orange, so I went with this floral arrangement table instead. So that's gonna be it for the house. Let me know what you guys think. If you're interested in downloading this will be on the gallery. I'll leave that linked in my description down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye everyone.